has gone to a point of ridiculousness.
Completely.
When you start defending the Taliban and the Mujahideen and so on and so forth,
did Taliban
this
come from that
discussion is going to be ridiculous. I mean, we have to be reasonable, and we have to understand that there are a large section of regular Muslims who are against any kind of extreme Islamization. Islamization by itself is welcome. But the kind of interpretation that the people are giving is absolutely not kosher.
Okay, Kabir,
जितने भी ये लोग हैं जिनके बारे में आप सवाल कर रही हैं और दो डिफरेंट तरह के जवाब मिले हैं आपको, मेरा फर्म बिलीव, पूरे एतमाद के साथ मुझे ये यकीन है कि ये जो लोग भी ये काम कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी नाम से हों, ये ह्यूमैनिटी के तो दुश्मन हैं ही हैं, इस्लाम के भी दुश्मन हैं। इस्लाम के
At the heart of this is the deeper question of who speaks. You know, I take Shahrukh's point, we focus too much on the image. Then I take Soha's point that we focus too much on the fringe. What do we focus on? I mean, I think at least we would agree on that.
I think we focus too much on the religious identity of the lunatics also, or the guys we call terrorists. Why should we represent them or identify them as... I've met them, I mean, you've met them in Kashmir. I've seen them in Afghanistan. Half of them seem to have other reasons. Qasab has joined his organization to get free access to guns and money. Not because he felt for jihad or Islam. I mean, that was a point, in fact, in my film, New York.
That did come up in all my research as well, actually. 8 or 9 out of 10 of them are not even doing this for religion.
Not for jihad. Shahrukh, so what do you want to take Alex's point? He's saying, who's the person? Who's my leader? Who is speaking for me as a Muslim? Some would say to you, Alec, why do you need someone to speak for you as a Muslim?
I don't feel the need. I have various things that I'm passionate about. I've been educated, but yet I feel passionate about lack of literacy in this country. I feel, you know, sometimes that there's stereotyping of women in commercial cinema. I feel offended sometimes by a lot of things. Not necessarily something that is touched by me personally or not, but certainly I would feel the need more to stand up for secular ideals, for national ideals, as opposed to divisive identity.
But then the fatwa that was passed said very clearly that anyone, whether a Muslim or a non-Muslim, who commits an act of violence against innocent people is committing an act against the Quran, which says if you do that, you are committing an act against the whole of humanity.
Isn't this paradoxical that on the one hand we are saying keep religion out of it. On the other hand, we actually do need our religious clergy, in a sense, as we did with this fatwa, to sort of restore the perspective about Islam.
Every job, I won't call it a job, but whether it's a religion, whether it's any other aspect of life, specialists have to be there. And I truly believe the clergy, the ulemas, the mullahs, they're all these specialists.
You don't think they're the fringes as
No, I don't think so. I don't think you cannot even, I don't think you can ignore them. Yeah. I just think it's very important that this whole culture for every religion, the guys who know it the best need to be there. We need to understand, maybe more than we need to understand, they need to explain it in a way which is understandable. Yes. And I truly believe, like if you were to ask me personally, like you asked, okay, why do we talk about a religious identity? Whether, I don't have a choice now. This is what I'm born as. And I love being born as a Muslim.
You have a choice, sir.
No, I mean I didn't have
I had a choice and I gave it up at the age of 18 when I could vote.
No, absolutely. I make the choice. I had it, I've made it, and I want to be Muslim and I'm very proud to be one. Now I am letting my children know about the religion. I think I know the best in the most understandable, nice manner. And inshallah, they will also be Muslims, but I'm not going to teach them perhaps the clergy very strict way of Islam. I will teach them the way I think.
Not a puritanical interpretation.
Absolutely. So I want to teach it to them like this.
Okay, I need to take a quick break, but this young girl's been trying to make a point for a long time.
Yeah, actually this is a real life incident that happened in class. Now this girl, she just stands up and she says that, why do you differentiate? What if a mother has a good child and a bad boy? Now who would you really, would the mother really say, do away with the bad son? Or would she train him to become a good guy? And, you know, indirectly, in an end, she was identifying the bad guy for a Muslim, to be a Muslim, and the good boy to be a Hindu, which was very surprising, and she didn't really realize it, she being a Muslim herself.
All right, so there's you want to say something?
I want to know that the definition of Islam and Muslim keeps on changing from person to person, or with the same one definition of Islam and Muslim? Is there any source or authentic source to know what is the right definition of Islam and Muslim?
But is there so you want to take that before I take a break? We all interpret faith in a very private way.
I believe so. and I have had a secular upbringing, and I've read the Bible, and I've read parts of the Gita and parts of the Quran, and I think that ultimately it is between, as I said earlier, God and yourself and your personal private relationship with Him, and only He will judge whether you are a good anything.
All right, we'll take a quick break. In our last segment, what does our panel believe is at the heart of the minority debate? What disturbed Karan so much, aside from that conversation in New York, that this is a theme that seems to resurface in a lot of your work? What is simmering under the surface? We'll take a look at that in final comments after the break.